In this section of the course, we're going to go over all things related to inventory accounting. The first thing we want to do is go into our accounting settings. We're going to go into configuration settings. We'll scroll down to the bottom where we find our stock valuation and our default accounts related to stock valuation. First, we have our general accounting properties. This is going to set our default income and expense account. We have Odoo's created product sales, and the default account for expenses is going to say expenses, but we change this to be cost of goods sold, which is another default account provided by Odoo. We also turned on automatic accounting so that we can utilize Odoo's automatic accounting functionality. Under automatic accounting, we have several different default options, which we'll explain in just a second. Now, these are our default settings. However, all of these can be overwritten at the product category level. And then our income and expense account, as well as a price difference account, can be overwritten at the product level. So let's navigate to our product categories inside of inventory, configurations, product categories, and we'll take a look at the all product category. Keep in mind, as I mentioned, each one of these product categories can have their own set of accounting settings. So let's go into all here. The first thing we want to look at is our inventory valuation on the right. There's 3 different costing methods available to utilize. We have our standard price, first in, first out, and average cost. This costing method is going to be utilized to dictate your stock valuation or the value of all of your inventory on hand. In standard price, we as the user of the system or the admin is going to dictate the cost of the product on the product level, and regardless of what we purchase it for, the valuation will only take into consideration the manually inputted standard price. In, first out, it's just as it sounds. The system is going to take into consideration the valuation based on what we purchased it or the value that we purchased it. And as products leave the system on a first in, first out method, our valuation will reflect accordingly. And then average cost is going to take the average of all products that you currently have in stock and the purchase price related to those products in order to have your valuation for that product category. Under inventory valuation, we have 2 options. One is manual and one is automated. Let's talk about automated first. Under our automated inventory valuation, your balance sheet will update in real time to reflect the total balance for your stock valuation. So that means journal entries will be created automatically for you. Under the manual inventory valuation, that does not occur. Therefore, our balance sheet will not reflect our stock or our true value of our products. So that means we're going to have to create a manual entry to update our stock valuation account on our balance sheet periodically. To the left, we have our account properties. There's 3 different accounts here. We have our price difference account, which Odoo does not provide by default. We have to provide it. We have our income account, which is going to be our default income account for this product category, and our expense account. As you see, these default to the ones that we have in our general settings. For our price difference account, this is going to hold essentially is the difference between what we purchased the product for and what the bill says. So if there's no difference, this price difference account will not be utilized. But the primary function for this account relates to standard price. So when we use standard price, we might say that product A costs $10. Now, if product A costs $10, but when we actually purchase this product, the vendor charges us $12, so we update our PO to say $12 for product A. We're using standard price, so the system is just going to take into consideration $10 for our valuation. So that difference of $2 is going to go into our price difference account. Now, we will create a price difference account a little bit later. On the right side of our screen, we have our automated inventory valuation settings. We have our stock valuation account, which is just going to be the account that we use to store the value of our inventory. we have the stock journal, which all of the journal entries related to our inventory are going to be utilizing. We have our stock input account, which is essentially an interim account that gets hit when we receive products in and then gets offset when we actually create the bill to pay our vendors. So basically what happens is that our interim account is going to increase, our interim received account is going to increase, and our stock, or rather when we receive products, our stock valuation account is going to increase and our stock interim received account is going to decrease. And the opposite is true for our stock interim delivered. When we deliver goods to our customers, our stock interim delivered is going to increase and our stock valuation account is going to decrease. And then when we create the invoice for the customer, our stock interim delivered account is going to be offset during that journal entry that gets created at the invoicing time. We'll see this all in action. Lastly, we have our production account, and this is going to hold the value for our manufactured products, which include our labor and overhead costs. When we get into manufacturing accounting, we'll see this in action. But essentially what happens here, which is a new account in Odoo 17, it used to be inside of our input and output accounts, inside of our location for our production location, but now it's at the product category level. And this allows us to have a different production account per product category. So when we produce a good in manufacturing, we're going to receive or input some raw materials, which is going to deduct our stock valuation account for that product category. But we're also creating some other asset, which is going to be the labor and overhead that go into it. So the difference between the inventory that comes into that manufacturing facility and the total value of the product with labor and overhead that come out of that location is going to sit in our cost of production account, so we can do some manual accounting work at the end of a period or quarter in order to recognize that or offset our overhead and expense accounts for labor and overhead. Now, I mentioned that we can overwrite some of these accounts on the product itself. So let's go ahead and navigate over to products. We'll create a new product. We'll just call this product 1 for now. And we'll go into accounting to see some of the settings. So we can override our default income account. Right now it's blank, so it's going to look at the product category and take that account. We can also do the same for the expense account or a cost of goods account, as well as our price difference account. So if you wanted to have a specific price difference account for product 1 or a specific expense account or income account, you can override them on the product level. That's all you need to know for now. In the next several videos, we're going to go over use cases for each one of these scenarios and look at the exact journal entries that get created.